Yeah.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
It better be recording. You said last time. Okay, whole time of blessing. Good afternoon, family. My name is Mr.John Henry. We here in Georgetown, South Carolina, giving honor to my sister-in-law that transitioned a couple weeks ago, or maybe less than a week ago. We here and to bring and to reflect on our memories of Bobby Taylor, aka Bobby Brown. So we're gonna start off with Purcell, and this is the second time we recorded this. I don't know what happened to the first video, so this is the second time. So please bear with us. We're gonna start off with Purcell first, and as she do her reflection and memories of Bobby Taylor.
Hi, my name is Purcell Henry, and my memory of Bobby is when we was in Utica, New York. When the first time I met her, my husband John had brought her over to the house to meet me, and we was at home. We was relaxing, and when she came in with a beautiful smile, and she said, "Hi, how you doing? I'm Bobby Taylor." And I stood up and I said, "Hi, how you doing?" She said, "We don't do handshake around here." She said, "We do hugs." So she gave me a big hug and we hugged each other. And we all sat down in the living room and we talked and I got to know her. Then after that, I got up, decided to make something for us to eat. We all sat around at the table and we had talk and laugh and joke. So Bobanelle was the one that taught me how to make banana pudding. I would say the right way, because everybody else was just throwing old things together. She showed me from scratch, and I've been doing it ever since. And my memory of Bobanelle in Utica is when my husband and I got married in 1990. We asked her if she wanted to do the cooking for us. She didn't deny it. She said, "Yeah, you know." So she ended up cooking for us, and I asked her. I said, "You sure you don't need some help?" She said, "Just get out the kitchen. I got this." I said, "Okay." So I got out the kitchen and I let her go with what she know how to do. So then after we had got married, we kept in contact with each other for a long period of time. And we decided in 90, after we had got married, we decided we was going to move to South Carolina. So after we moved to South Carolina, we haven't heard from Bobanelle in about almost 3, 4 months. And then we decided we was going to give her a call. And after we called her, we found out she had to move herself. And she moved to Florida. So after she had moved to Florida, we had invitation to come down to Florida for our nephew graduation. And my husband always say that no matter where we go, if we got family, let's visit. So we found out that Bobanelle was in Florida. So when we got to Florida, a couple of days later, we decided we wanted to go visit, look in her face. She didn't know we was in town. So when we got there, she was so excited to see us. She didn't know how to act. Neither did I, because I'm the one always, like my husband said, I'm the one always dropping tears like a bucket of water. But anyway, I was glad to see her. And we sat at her house and we talked for a couple hours or so. So as we was getting ready to leave, she didn't really want us to leave. So we sat there and we still talked with her for a little bit, and then we told her we had to go. So we end up leaving. So she told us before we leave, so make sure y'all call me wherever y'all go. Make sure you call us and let us know where you're gonna be at. So okay, we'll let you know. So as we was leaving, we called her and let her know we was leaving from Florida and we was heading back home. So when we got home, we made sure she was the first person we called to let her know we was back home. Cause that saying said we didn't want to hear her mouth. But some of the memories about Baba Nell, she is so kind. She is sweet. She is a very dependable person. And why I say she is a dependable person, because anything you ask for and she have it, she'll make sure you get it. And she would never tell you, no, I don't have it. But she'll say, let me see what I can do. Or when she come and visit, I try my best to do. I don't let her cook. I don't let her do anything. She coming on a vacation, that's what she coming for, a vacation. I cook. I make sure she eat. I make sure she takes her medicine or whatever else she need. I'm right there because that's my heart. And I wouldn't, ain't nothing I wouldn't do for her. Bob Nell, you might be gone, but you will never be forgotten. I love you unconditionally, sis. Please don't ever forget that.
Well, my memory from my auntie is when my mom said when we was in Florida and we went to her house. And my favorite memory about her is when we went to Myrtle Beach. I know we went to this. I think it's like a. It was a shop. Is it a shop? Yeah, it's like a shop. It has a big shark in front of it, and all of us took a picture in front of it. We went inside. We seen the shark tanks, and we just looked around in the store. And then we left the store, and we went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we just walked on the boardwalk and just watched the waves. I would go run and just go put my feet in the water while they watched me. We took pictures. We seen all the attractions, kept taking pictures. It was just the best day. Sun was shining, no clouds in the sky. It was just beautiful. Then we came home. Did we come? No, we went to the Chinese restaurant and we had some dinner and we just had a great time with her. We just spent time and I loved every moment with her. She was my favorite auntie and she always will be. She's in my heart and I know she's watching over us. So
I see. Uh, I can reflect back a little bit further, and then I'm gonna bring it to the current. Is when I first met my dad, I was at the age of 14, going on 15, and he introduced me to
No.
the rest of my siblings on my father's side. And at this time, I believe Babanel was in the Andy Peters in Utica, New York. That was my first time actually, seeing her one on one. And I think my brother Jerry, he had just went to work or something like that, and Next door to her was another great friend of my mom's, Miss Johnny Mae Williams. And so Bobanel brought over a banana pudding because I was visiting my friend Eddie. And so she brought the banana pudding over. I said, "What you doing over here?" She said, "I live right next door." And I said, "Oh," I said, "That's it." And so we had a good time eating the banana pudding, which is one of my favorite desserts. And so moving on, we all moved out of the projects. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, y'all moved to West Street. And at that time, we was on Eagle Street. And Baba now always came over to our house. I visited her several times. We visited her several times on West Street. She took us in the backyard and showed us her garden, her broccoli garden that she was growing.
Photographs.
And she took photographs of us and everything. And at that time, I believe she was going to NVCC for photography.
Photography, yeah.
And so as we move on with that, we was always visiting each other. And then next minute, she moved to 137 Eagle Street, 2 doors from us. She was right next to Gibson Funeral Home, and then it was another house, then it was our house. And at that time, like my wife was reflecting, when we got married in 90, uh, we asked her would she cater for the wedding, and automatically she said yes. And I definitely want to say this, that there wasn't not one iota, there wasn't not 1 minute or 1 second that any kind of misunderstanding went on between us. My family, my sisters and my siblings and my moms, we always respected Baba now. Now you may have other different stories because you probably was in the same household, but you're looking through my eyes and and our experiences of how wonderful Baba now is. I don't like to use the word was because she's still present. And the joy and the fun, the celebrations, the parties we had, the lovely music, and then we met with her mate, Eric, which me and Eric go back way long time ago. We used to go to grade school and high school together. And we accepted Baba now for who she is. And that's where I think the great bond came in at. Because there wasn't anything that we can say bad about each other. It was always good love and everything. Alethea, go and tell Mike I'm recording. Okay. Excuse Alethea for a few minutes. And so basically, what I'm saying, tell him he can state what we recorded. Just a lot of love. And the next minute we find out that she moved to New York to stay with Jerry, her daughter. And then she moved from there, then moved to Florida. It could have been vice versa, but she was always traveling back and forth for different reasons. Her and Eric. They were like two peas in a pod. How you doing, Eric? Keep your head up. And so as we move further, the great memories that we share with, my sister-in-law, was always awesome. And that it kind of like hit us kind of hard because when we did visit Barbara in Florida, the only thing I noticed that she was telling me she was having trouble with her eyesight. So I took that with a grain of salt, and I was always concerned about her. And then I heard that she was in the hospital in Florida, getting ready to have surgery, saying it was cataracts on her eyes. And we joked and played around, said, well, if you can't hardly see, how you cooking? you know, but yet she managed. And she never tried to depend on anyone to do for her or do for Eric, you know. And so while we was out there in St. Peter's, Florida, Tammy did show us the way to her house. And thank you, Tammy, for that again. And so then we find, as I'm moving on, we find out that Bob and I had moved. After a lengthy time, couldn't get in contact with Bob and Al. I was calling Ramona, I was calling Jerry, I was calling Valora, I was calling Marcus, calling everyone. And they said, just keep trying the same number. And I said, well, that's the same number I've been calling for the longest. I'm going to keep on trying until I can hear her voice. I wasn't going to rest until I hear her voice. And then that's when I find out that she had moved to Rochester, New York, to visit her siblings. Now, mind you, as all these events are unfolding, me and Jerry, we was always on Marco Polo, and I call it Marco Polio, and we didn't know how sick Bobanel was, and so just happened and Jerry was at the hospital, and I told her, I said, well, when you go to the hospital again, just let me know. Just do a Marco Polo, so I want to hear her voice and I want to see her, you know. But prior to that, 2 weeks earlier, me and Jerry was on Marco Polo, and I said, well, she's going to these different places, visiting all of her relatives and everything. Something's getting ready to happen, and I don't wish anything bad on anyone, you know. And so I was telling Jerry that just hold on to the good time. That's your mother. She brought you in this world, and whether there's things that went on, let it go. And we have to get in that tendency to just let that negative energy go, because it can become a sickness. So anyway, we did a couple Marco Polos with Bob and Al in the hospital, and she was saying something that I was going to be great, or I'm a king, or something. She was saying, but that resonated in my heart because I know my path, I know my mission, and it just gave me confirmation and validation for who I am. And so, moving forward, then things took a turn. But God is good all the time, and our ancestors know what we know not.
Not sure.
And she transitioned. And then come to find out 2 hours later, my sister, Shirley Taylor, transitioned, which is your auntie. And so, but yet, as we reflect back on those good times, you see what I'm saying, that we hold and cherish so much, she will always be with us, around us, protecting us. Because when you get that call, there's time for you to go, you're going. You know what I'm saying? But yet, all of our ancestors, our parents, loved ones, has passing. We facing this pandemic, practicing social distance. But yet, we as a family, we have to reflect upon and hold on to family values and morals.
Right.
And as uncle to my nieces, my great nieces, my nephews, and my great nephews, I deserve and honor my respect as uncle. And y'all know that I always the one that's reaching out to to call and check up on you. I ain't worried about Facebook. I want to hear your voice. If I can't see, I want to hear your voice. I deserve that. And before my mom's transcend, she was always the one to say, "Give me my flowers now so I can enjoy them. For when I'm gone, I will no longer be able to smell them." Now we are parents to our children. And this is a special note that I want this note to resonate in all your heart and mind. We're not going to practice or pass down for another generation our bad experiences with our parents. Because they say what comes around goes around. You see what I'm saying? In order for our children to respect us, we have to give them respect too. Just because we parents, we are just guidance, guiding them through their life, like we've been guided through our lives. And always get that respect with that morals and values. You see what I'm saying? And Bob and Al help us see that, and live that, So we have to learn from our parents, the bad and the good, or the positive and negative. But we don't have to pass down the negative things to them. And stop being so controlling. Let those children grow. But be there and watch over them. Protect them. Protect the seed. Protect the village. So I can't speak enough about Bob and Al. Because it's all was love. When we traveled, they came down here during hurricane season in Florida. Her and Tammy, they came and stayed here. You see what I'm saying? We had a wonderful time. You see what I'm saying? Just like Alethea was stressing, we went to Myrtle Beach. We went to the boardwalk in Myrtle Beach. We took pictures outside of a store that has a big shark.
Hurricane season.
During hurricane season. You know what I'm saying? And I remember she said, "Well, it's going to come this way." I said, "Well, we in the old house." And we ain't going nowhere. And trust me, if our ancestors gave me the notion that it wasn't going to be safe for us to be here, we wouldn't be here. Because I know that we need to go to higher ground. That's why during hurricane season, we keep our vehicles on half a tank of gas. You see what I'm saying? For different reasons, price gouging and all that stuff, you have to get out and there's a line of traffic, everybody trying to get gas at the same time. You can be on the highway going to where you need to be at. So, but it was lots of love here. Lots of positive energy here. Purcell made breakfast for us. We sat at this very table in this very same room, in our dining room, and had breakfast. And we had dinner. You see what I'm saying? It was something funny Bob and I had said, she said, "Oh, that tastes so good. I ain't tasted something like that in a long time," or something. She said,
That steak.
That steak. Yeah, beef steak, not no pork steak. Beef steak. You see what I'm saying? And so we sat here, me, Purcell, and Bob and Al and Eric cleaned that plate. You see what I'm saying? What's that favorite word Eric always say? It's something he got a favorite saying. Eric always say, he
Funguyu.
Funguyo or something like that.
Yeah,
I said,
funguyo.
Who you trying to cuss at, boy? Somebody else out of love. You know what I'm saying? We sit there on the porch, and she loved it. She loved the whole house, but she loved the favorite spot. I'm sitting on the side porch, and we'll go out there and we'll smoke our cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? And we talk and reminisce. And she was crazy about Herbert. Definitely had to throw that in there. Herbert and Lori on Elm Street. Because a lot of times she was over there, you know. And but yet she had we had them in our guest room, which they was very very comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a lot of the reflections of the goodness, the grace, and the mercy that she shared with us. So I'm not going to be too much long-winded with it. Like I said, this is the second time we're recording it on the other phone. It didn't come out, but I can see it's recording right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload this to my YouTube channel, and then I'll be able to share it with Jerry. And oh yes, I can't forget about this. Jerry, you did a wonderful job for your mother. Even though if it was that time when you didn't want to, you did it anyway, because that's your mom's. And I will always be there with you. I'll always be there to mentor you, to counsel you. You see what I'm saying? As you travel through this life, you did an excellent job. You did something that somebody else didn't do, because out of the love that you have for your mother. You see what I'm saying? But I want you to let go. Don't forget. You can't go never forget, because that was your mom's. Now hear me well now. I need you to release some of that. So now you have to take care of you. You have children you have to raise. And now you got another apple to take care of, which is Eric. You see what I'm saying? Because you made a promise to your mother that you would take care of her. And I know you will, and you have our support. If it get too heavy for you to burden, ship them this way for a little while. And I said a little while. Ship them this way. We can take turns. And this is what family does. You're supposed to relieve the tension and the stress from an individual that open up their home. You see what I'm saying? So we definitely have, we'll make room for Eric. You see what I'm saying? For a little vacation or something. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we welcome you to South Carolina. Come on, Jerry. They just bring all y'all. Just come on. We have a sleeping bag. We got tents that we have to have you outside. And we have a bonfire outside. We just have a real good time. You see what I'm saying? So, like I say, Jerry, you did a wonderful job. All of y'all did an excellent job in your own rightful places. So, as I end this right now, what's so funny with you, Lydia? Anyway, it's much love. Jerry, you did a wonderful job. We appreciate you in all your endeavors, and may God shine upon the family and protect their family always, and send a positive energy around the world for healing and spiritual growth and protection, because we're going to need it.
Ashe.
And we're going to need to stand by each other. Whatever those bygones is, let them go.
All right.
Let them go.
All right.
So my wife telling me enough is enough. I got the cue.
We love you, brother, now.
We love you.
Love you.
We love you. Thank you. Have a great week.